Clark super speeds upstairs and finds Jimmy hiding in a dark room in the corner behind a desk. Clark called out to him, but before he could say he was there to help him, Jimmy jumped up and begged Clark not to kill him. Clark admonished him to be quiet and explained that Lois sent him to save Jimmy. Jimmy was confused. He asked, why would Lois Queen work with Clark Luthor? Clark wondered, what exactly should he say to Jimmy? Up until now, he's never outright claimed to be Clark Kent. He's just allowed people to think that, but he couldn't very well tell Jimmy the truth either. Not that Clark had a problem with lying before. It's just that he figured this new leaf he was turning over should probably include honesty. But going around saying he's a reformed murderer because of his alternate world doppelganger and his alien AI father just didn't seem like the thing to do. So he went for something in between. He told Jimmy that Lois wasn't working with Clark Luthor. She was working with me. Jimmy was confused at first, but then he realized Clark must be the guy doing the mysterious saves around town. And when he remembered that guy hadn't killed anybody yet, he felt a lot safer. Jimmy smiled and said he should have known that Lois would have a lead on a new superhero in town. Clark was chagrined at the idea that people only trusted him because they thought he was someone else. He grew up in Lex's shadow and thought he had finally left that position when he killed him. But now he's being undone by a Clark from another world. It left a bitter taste in his mouth. Clark gave an uncomfortable smile, then took Jimmy and sped him out of there. As the police handcuffed criminals that tried to rob the party and took them away, Tess still hadn't made up her mind just which Clark saved her. She had heard the gun cocked behind her head. Clark Luthor would have saved her because it was her, but Clark Kent would have done it because it was the right thing to do. The mysterious murderless saves hints towards it being Clark Kent. But how did Clark Luthor send him back again for a third time? No, there were more questions than answers, which is why it could still be her Clark. But if so, why did he give up murder? Malone was overly attentive with Tess, apologizing profusely that such a thing would happen at his party. Tess smiled politely, but she wasn't fooled by his chivalry. First, her mansion was broken into while she was on a date with him. Then she was targeted by a group of criminals who managed to get by Malone's ex-military security guards at a party thrown by him. What she really wanted to know was, who was he and what did he really want?